All right. What is going on, everybody? This is your girl, Martha D. Staub, owner of MDMC Entertainment. Sorry for the delay. Had some technical difficulties, but we are here and we are streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. So just come on in. I have a very special guest. I wanted to wait a good while. I wanted this show to progress for an entire year before calling in the star power, because I feel like anyone that works with talent like this, they throw this talent out at first to get a hype. And I didn't want to do that. I wanted to build this channel on my own first before I called in the next guest. You know him from obviously being a superhero and things like that on the hit show Power Rangers Turbo, Power Rangers in Space. And he is now a fantastic entrepreneur. He's been doing this for a good while now. And I'm so excited to have him on this show. He has been a client of MDMC's for quite a long time. I'm surprised he's still working with us, but please welcome Roger Velasco. Hello, Roger.
Hi, guys. How are you guys doing today? I'm really good with interviews, but I'm really bad with technology. So
yeah,
sorry about the mishap.
It's all good. We're 25 minutes late, but it's fine. This will play on a loop. And I don't know if I've told you, Roger, but after we do a show like this, I typically try to do it Thursdays live. And then the next day it's on all the podcasting services. So Pandora, iHeartRadio, Spotify. So anyone can always come back and listen. And we have quite a few listeners out there, like devoted fans that watch this show. So it's they watch it and they listen. So it's really great.
Cool. Wow, that's awesome. Very cool. Well, I'm excited to be here. Thank you, Marta, for having me. It's been awesome working with you for many years, of course. And now that I get to do this interview with you, it's pretty awesome. I love it. I'm excited.
I don't know if you heard the first part of that, because I saw you chasing Turbo. I was like, I'll keep talking.
I had to put Turbo away because he's not going to have it. He's all over my living room. So I'm like, I got to put him away. So I just put him away right now. So Turbo is locked up for a second.
No, I made the comment at the beginning. You know, I've built this show for over a year now. And, you know, I know so many people like you in that sphere. And I never wanted to be the first thing I did to bring in viewers, because I was like, let me build this on my own first and then bring the star power. And so, like, that's why I've waited for so long to bring you on, because I really wanted to show that I didn't have to, you know, bring people to hype my own show. I had to hype it myself. So.
Right. Good job. Awesome. No, I heard what you said. I heard it perfectly. Yeah. So yeah, thank you, Marta. Thanks for having me and considering me such a star power.
I do. I mean, I think, you know, you've done quite a few things for me in the past. And one of my security questions was, who's your favorite actor? And of course I had to say Roger Velasco, because you said it that way. I was like, oh God, Roger.
Hey, I do the same thing too. Who's your favorite actor, Roger Velasco?
Yeah, you did that for me for the internet. And they're like, oh, you have to answer the security question. I was like, okay. And I was like, shit, I didn't set this. And of course you did. And I'm like, of course, it's Roger.
Roger Velasco.
So, you did. So we know you from Power Rangers. I don't really care about that. I want to know, because if anyone's watched Protectors of the Power, the documentary, you talk about always on the grind, always finding your next motivation to get paid and doing whatever you want. What is the true core drive for you to be so ambitious to find that next thing?
Oh, that's so simple. You don't even have to like take my word for it. You just look at every successful person. I'm talking the billionaires, the very ultra rich people, and they will tell you, this is the way I operate. They will tell you that behind all that success, there was a very strong why they got up early, why they went to bed late, why, you know, they faced adversity. You have to have a strong why you're doing what you're doing. And it has to be right here. And it has to be bigger than you. It can't be like, you know, when I started like business, I used to be like, ooh, mansions, helicopters, jets, and, you know, Lamborghini. That's bull crap. No, your why has to like make you like get up early, go to bed late, do whatever it takes to make sure you conquer your why. So for me, it's my kiddos. I have a 13-year-old son. I have an 18-year-old daughter. They're beautiful people. I love them, and I will do everything for them. So I don't, work so hard just to get paid. I really don't do that just to get paid. Money is just a tool. That's all it is. And money comes and goes. And we've made millions of dollars, and we've lost millions of dollars. Yeah. So I know for a fact that money is it's a byproduct of our journey. So it's a tool that we utilize. So it's not the most important thing in the world, but I always like to say that it does rank up there with oxygen because we need it. We need it to live, but it's not the most important thing in the world. But if you have a strong why, and again, it has to be here, it has to tug at your heart. Like it has to make you cry. Like I'm working so hard because of this. And if you have such a strong why, you're unstoppable. You're unstoppable. But if you don't, and you don't have a target, think about it. What are you going to hit? You're like this.
Yeah.
But if you have a target, like this is why I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? I want to feed hungry kids. I want to give back to these organizations. This is my 2020 vision board, by the way. But I stare at this every day. And my why is massive. I want to help kids. I want to feed, I want to empower kids through media. I love kids. I have 2 kids. And I want to be an example. And part of my why is that, just be an example. So my son and my daughter can say, oh, wow, I want to be like daddy. Not you pick up a magazine or look at TV and be like, oh, I want to be like that guy. No, daddy could do it. I can do it too. So behind every successful individual that I know that are ultra successful, they have a strong why. You have to have a strong why.
Yeah, exactly. Your vision board, you're very on top of it even in December, I think, is when you start planning your vision board for the following year, right? And I said, I need to do that. And I actually made mine on Canva because I have digital. I didn't have an actual physical one, but now because you told me, you're like, I'm manifesting. I mean, we can talk about manifestation. I totally believe in it. But I look at it every day because I'm like, where am I headed? Where am I going? And I want to say you inspired me to make that board.
Marta, how long have I been staring at this?
You've been staring at that for
so long, and I've been talking about it and talking about it and talking about it and talking about it. And guess what? Last month we shot our first episode of Sangre Negra. Yeah. And it was just, I stare at it every day, and I'm like, okay, that's, it's going to happen. We're after that. It's going to happen. And eventually, you got to it has to be a physical vision board. You have to see it every day. I mean, electronic is fine, but every successful person will tell you that there's way more power in writing. Yeah. I know the millennials nowadays, like, oh, let me type and let me put in no, there's so much power. And when you write this, you first think about it, then you write it and you put it down on paper. So much power in that. So much power. And people are missing out on that. I write everything down.
Do you journal every day?
I don't journal every day. I don't. But I do. I write. I carry this with me every meeting I go. I met with Cassandra Cooper yesterday. She's freaking amazing. One of the most powerhouse women I've ever met. And I had this with me. I was ready to write and take notes because people are dropping golden nuggets around you. And if you're just staring at your phone all day, you're gonna miss out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I don't journal every day, but I like to write down my goals and my plans and everything that I'm going to do the next day. I call it checking off boxes. All day I start checking off boxes, even walking turbo. That's checking off my first box in the morning, and then coffee, meditation, all that stuff. And all day just checking off boxes. But I highly recommend a physical vision board that you can see every day, right on your mirror, right on your visor on your car, right? Whatever, have it in front of you, right in your ceiling. So when you wake up, it's the first thing you see. Seriously, it works. It freaking works. And yes, you're right. Every December, around after Christmas, I get together with my marketing team. I have a little marketing team, my leaders, and we all get together and we do vision boards. And guess what? The stories are here amazing. People come and tell me, oh my God, my job manifested. I got this. This is happening to me. And people are literally checking off boxes. It's awesome. It's really cool. I invite all of you guys to do a vision board and journal every day. Don't listen to me. I don't journal every day. I should be journaling, but write stuff down is very, very, very important. When you write it down, it's going to show up for you.
Yeah, I need to start that because I bought a journal a while back and I started writing in it, and then I fell on it. I was like, okay, I can't do this anymore because I think, and this, when you get stuck in the entrepreneurial world, especially for me, because I left. Well, I didn't leave it. I was forced out of a 9-to-5 job a couple years ago, and then when I had the last 9-to-5 job, I said I'm not working for people again. And I think my why is to never be stuck in an office from 9-to-5 ever again, because I hated that life. And so, and I stress about it. I'm like, okay, I got to keep the money flowing, And, there's always show your value, always show your clients your value. And so just to make sure I can keep the roof over my head and to pay the bills and, and you get so stuck. And like you said it the other day when I was telling you about it, you're like, you're worried, you're chasing the paycheck. And I'm like, yeah. So my entrepreneurial brain is not on your level because I'm so new at it. And you've been doing this longer than I have.
You're doing amazing, Marta. You're doing amazing. What happens is most people are, and it's, it's kind of sad. You just been awakened. That's all.
Yeah.
Jobs are great. There's nothing wrong with 9-to-5s. Okay, guys, nothing wrong. 9-to-5s, they're blessings. They pay your bills. They put food on the table, but they're not going to create the type of lifestyle that you and I deserve. And I'm not talking riches and, I'm not talking that. I'm talking like security, financial independence, where just think about it. What if a check showed up to your house every month and it covered all your expenses? You'd be free. You're not rich, but you're free and you have something most people don't have. So stepping out of that box is the first step, but you have to have faith.
Yeah.
And you have to have faith, and you have to take that step when you can't even see the next step. You have to take it and keep pushing. And you're going to realize, like you're doing right now, Marta, I see that you're finding the power in you.
Yeah.
Right. That's what you're doing. You're discovering this power in you that we all have. And we're not built to go to 9-to-5, sit in traffic every day, go work for someone else. That's not why we were placed on this earth, you guys. It's not. I get it. It's fine. It pays the bills.
Yeah.
But we're here for something greater. We're creative creatures. Okay. We're not here to just do the same thing like robots every day. We're here to create. So by being an entrepreneur, that's all we do every day. So we create, we build.
I remember I was and my travel schedule was about to pick up here in August, but I remember I was out somewhere and you were like, oh, look at you, a boss. You just take your laptop and go. I said, yes, that's the life I've always wanted, because now I'm going to be on a plane for like 5 weeks here soon. And I take it with me. I think that's what I've always aspired to do, to have that freedom, like you say, because I am fortunate enough. I do get that check every month or several checks that pay all that. And I am free-ish. I want to be more free, but it's something that it doesn't happen overnight. I know a lot of people look at this life and especially are fooled on Instagram like, oh, this is what an entrepreneur does. But hell no, there are so many hours in the day. I just got off the phone with Nemo yesterday. I said, no one told me it was going to be this hard.
Yeah, what people don't know is that when you're an entrepreneur, like you're always on. We're always working. I don't stop. Even if I'm sitting here on the couch, it's 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, or I'm still on. I'm always on. And that's the beauty of it. I don't know. I just can't go somewhere to work 8 hours, come back and be done, and then sit on the couch and grab a beer. Like I can't do that. I don't know. I get anxiety. So I'm always moving. And I love to create. Yeah. So just keep building, Marta. You're on your way for sure. It's the compound effect. The compound effect, whatever you do over time is going to compound, correct?
Correct.
Like if you eat healthy, it's going to compound over time, and you're going to lose weight and you're going to be fit and all that. Or if you eat bad, it's going to compound over time and you're going to get weight and you're going to get sick and stuff's going to happen to you, unfortunately. Same thing here. As long as you're building as an entrepreneur, have a job, guys. Have a job. But on the side, build something for yourself, because as you guys know, there's no job security. People that did not believe me before, I've been saying this for years, they have been awakened now. Now, after this pandemic and everything that just happened, people are awakened. They understand that there's no job security. So, guys.
I know that for a fact.
Work a job. if get a job, it's great, but build something for you and your family on the side. And then eventually you leave that job.
I literally made a company millions and millions of dollars and got turned around and said, we got to let you go. Bye. I'm like, what the hell? Like, I made you your money this month. What are you talking about? And I learned that was the biggest lesson I ever learned is you can't count on anybody. You have to bet on yourself. And you know, I'm so fortunate. I had MDMC as a side gig for so many years because I was able to step onto that platform and like, all right, let's build on this because now I have nothing.
But Marta, you sourced that.
Yeah.
You sourced it because you say, I want this, I want that, and you're focused on what you want. Mm-hmm. All of a sudden your job's gone and you look at it like, oh my God, it's a catastrophe. No, it's not. You freaking sourced that, Marta. You wanted that. And although it looked like a disaster for you, it wasn't. It was a blessing, right?
That blessing came with a lot of, you know, I don't know if I've talked about this on this channel, but you know, I was 233 days unemployed. I got my car repossessed on the week of my birthday. Got it back in like 48 hours, but still.
I've been there.
So much shit that happened. It just literally when bad things were happening, I was like, what else could go wrong? Like what, you know, and then I got a job with some crazy psycho downtown. And I saw like right away, I was like, this is a person I do not want to be if I ever become in this position. Awesome. And so I think that was the lesson I took from that because I was only there for 3 months and same situation. Oh, you didn't make me money. I'm like, I made you 10 grand today. You know, like what the hell? So I'm like, I'm out. I'm done. Mm-hmm. What was because you've been doing this for such a long time. Was it the birth of your kids that kind of just woke you up in that? Or was it prior to that?
No, I've been pretty much an entrepreneur since I was a young man, like young kid. I used to before high school, I used to throw parties. I used to sell alcohol at my parties. I used to do all this crazy stuff. I used to pack big parties and I used to make money as a young man. I've always made money. I've always liked good things. I like the good shoes and the good stuff. My parents are not really could provide all that for me. They can give me the basics. So I had to go out and, you know, work. Sometimes I sold freaking candy in high school. I kid you not. I sold candy in high school. And then I would say, oh yeah, it's for soccer. It was no longer for soccer. I would go to Costco, buy candy and sell candy. So, you know, just that little taste of making money. At the age of 15, I was working for a lawyer. Yeah. Pound the phone, bring clients in and people would be like, that's Roger. He's 15 years. Like, that's him. Oh my God. So I just learned that at a very young age. And then I landed at a job because that job went away. Mm-hmm. And they moved and I was like, I can't get work anymore. I'm 18 years and I landed, 17, 18. I landed at Taco Bell for a minute. I'm like, man. And I always wanted to work. So I went from Taco Bell to Power Rangers. Yeah. But it worked. I've always been an entrepreneur and I've always liked to figure out a way, find a way, make a way, just be like water, Marta. Mm-hmm. Water finds the way. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I hear this quite a bit from other entrepreneurs because I do follow quite a few. Do you read a lot as well? And if so, what kind of books do you recommend for people that want to get in this space to start reading?
Look, if you're not growing, you're dying. The brain's like a computer, nothing in, nothing out. So you have I'm glad you asked me this question, Marta. Yes. This is the most important part of entrepreneurship. Mm-hmm. You have to work on you, build you. Sometimes my friends are like, oh my God, I can't believe you sound so blah, 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 blah. The things, I'm like, yeah, I've been working on myself for a very long time. So yes, every morning, that's how I start my morning. I don't take any calls. That's why I start to after 9:30, 10 and all that, because in the morning I do my meditation. I work on me. I do my audio. I read so many books. Yeah, absolutely. The Compound Effect, Outwitting the Devil, Thinking Rich, Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life by Dr. Wayne Dyer. By the way, he says this: when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. It's all perception. So the more you grow, the more your vision is going to expand. And of course, you're going to be able to create and bring in a lot more. So always, the main thing is work on yourself. Mm-hmm. Some days I hit it out of the park. some days I hit it out of the park and we're celebrating. Some days it's a character building day. Sometimes every day doesn't go perfect. When I have a character building day, guess what I do? I stop, I go work out, and I read a book, and that gets me back on track. So absolutely, Marta, reading is everything. Leaders are readers. That's the bottom line. And if you want to be around very successful people, you got to pick up these books. You have to, because once you're talking and you're talking to these individuals that are like, I met a billionaire the other day, and I was vibing with the guy. And the only reason why I was vibing with the guy, because we're on the same level. Well, hopefully it's a way bigger level. But mindset wise, we're talking about the same stuff. When people say, "Oh man, we were vibing," right? Well, guess why I was vibing with a billionaire? Because I've been working on myself so much that we were vibing. We're on that same link, and that's what that means. So always work on yourself for sure, and read books.
So mindset is huge. And when I was working with that crazy coach downtown, she used to say that all the time. But I think that's one of the things she got right out of what she was teaching her other people. But the mindset has to be there. And, kind of similar to what you're saying about the target, hitting the target and running with it. I mean, I don't know if there's a quick fix on how people can get their mindsets right. Is it, do you have a process for that? Because, I need to get back on this because I was reading something from, God, I can't remember his name, but it was a really good book. And so I need to get back on the reading part. And I know you were talking the other day about it. Like, I'm like, my mindset is not there. It's focused on the actual work itself. And again, chasing the money. And I need to pull back from that. Is there a process to get your mind in the proper mind space?
Yes. It's called discipline. Most of us go spend money on coffee. We buy $1,000 phones. We upgrade our clothes. We upgrade our car. We upgrade our lifestyle. But we never upgrade this. And this is the most important thing. Like, dude, guys, come on. Get on freaking Audible. Get on Audible. It's $15 a month, guys. $15 a month. Cut back on coffee, 3 coffees a month, and you can afford this. And do you understand the power of this? I have so many books in here. This is it. You have to work on yourself. So first of all, you make the decision. How do you set yourself up, Marta? You have to make the decision. And once you make the decision, you follow it with actions, and it's gonna flow for you. But you have to make the decision. You have to have discipline. And my recommendation is that you start your day. Look, the first 30 minutes when you first wake up are the most crucial ones. What are most people doing? Right away. Facebook. Oh, let me look.
Alerts, emails.
And what are you doing? You're taking all emails. You're taking all this crap in. No.
Yeah.
No. Protect what's here. It's so important. How about some meditation? When you're praying, you're asking God for for something, right? Or source or the universe or whoever you believe in, right? But when you're meditating, guess what you're doing? You're not asking. You're listening.
You're listening.
You're taking it in, like you're connecting with source. So meditation every morning, very important. And then reading, very important. And start your day with positive information. There's 50,000 negative thoughts that go through your brain every day. Over 50,000 thoughts that run through this brain. Think about it. We have to feed it with positive stuff because all is negative. And the brain is usually designed to go to the negative first. So if we're always thinking negative. No, we have to feed it with positive information. And these people are documented. The people that are writing these books, they're documented. Like, it's so simple. Like, if you want to have what they have, just do what they do. It's very simple.
And it's kind of weird how we got into meditation, because I remember during the time that I was looking for another job, I was out there. Someone did tell me at the time, you should just put MDMC on full alert. And I'm like, I need a fucking paycheck. Like, I don't have time for that. And I was getting denied. And it was always the same thing. You're great. Your profile is great. Your portfolio is dope, but we just can't hire you. We're going in a different direction. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? And I remember being so frustrated. I literally did hit a depression right around I was let go in November. So about February, March, I hit it hard, and I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was the universe or an angel came in. I don't know, but I started meditating. I found Simple Habit, and I started going through some of these things, like something that I was going through. I was like, all right, this is $20 a month. That's 4 coffees. I was like, let me just see what this is about. And I tell you, the second I started meditating, everything changed. And it was the weirdest thing. And I don't know, maybe it was the universe. Now we talk about manifestation and everything, but maybe that was it. Maybe that mindset just clicked for me unknowingly to myself, because I was brand new to this and everything changed. Mm-hmm. It was nuts for me. I don't understand, but it was crazy. So now I just do it.
Yeah. So whatever you resist, persist. So if you're resisting, it's going to persist. It's going to come. So what you did, you stopped and you got grounded, mm-hmm. you got aligned, and then you said, okay, I'm ready to receive. Right. Mm-hmm. And then that's why you sourced it.
Yeah.
Sometimes we just have to stop. It happens to me too. Sometimes I'm like, okay, I need to just stop this shit. Like, go to the beach, go sit down, go meditate, like, do you, Roger, and just get grounded again, and then go back at it. Because sometimes it's just too much stuff going on. It gets, you know what I mean? Like overload system, like us too, we get system overload. So sometimes we get caught up too much on the actions, mm-hmm. And not necessarily on like sourcing. We mm-hmm. just get aligned, mm-hmm. sit back, have trust, right? And just ready to receive whatever you wants you back.
Yeah.
Bottom line. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you're a broker, and you've been doing this for several years now. What is your favorite part of what you do, and why do you keep coming back to it?
So I got involved in marketing direct sales for one reason. I was mm-hmm. like you. I was tired of people telling me, no, you're too fat, you're too ugly, you're too dark, you're too Latino, you're too this, you're too that, you're right? So I wanted to build something on the side that will create like residual income for me so that I can focus on my dreams and goals. So the reason why, again, reason why I do what I do is not because, oh my God, I want to sell utilities. And I love the fact that I get to help other people create an extra stream of income. I love the fact that I can help people segue out of darkness into the light, right? Your job into freedom. And I love the fact that I'm free. I don't have to answer to a boss. I don't have to run to it. I don't sit in traffic. I mean, these are the most important things. Money's great, but the fact that I don't have to answer to a boss. Nobody tells me what time to get hungry. Nobody tells me when to go on vacation. How much am I worth? You know, I don't have to sit in traffic. I have 2 beautiful kids. If mama calls me right now and says, come pick up Sebastian, I don't have to tell nobody anything. So that to me is priceless. Freedom is priceless. And then now that I have my freedom, because I haven't, worked for anyone in many years, now being that possibility for someone else, that fires me up. But ultimately, the reason why we do what we do is because I keep saying it. We're gonna make movies. We're gonna make films. We're gonna produce, and it's already happening, guys. Yeah. I've been talking about this for years, and I've been saying we're gonna make movies. We're gonna make, and guess what? The right people are coming into my life right now at the right time. Guess what? I could have been like, depressed, upset, or anxious in the last couple of years, but it's not up to me. It's up to source.
Yeah.
What I mean is so you just have to keep going, have faith, and put your, that next step in front of you when you don't even see the next step. Just have faith. Yeah. But that's the thing about it. I would say, Marta's freedom, Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. You don't run to a boss anymore.
I mean, I have meetings, I meet with a collective team, and I contribute what I contribute, and I always show my worth. I stress this a lot, because now you're in the hands, because there is no safety net when you're doing this. There's nothing to fall back on. If you lose a client, you lose a client, and there's no turning back on it, unless you are good enough and you want to come back, circle back, and be like, hey, it's been a couple months, maybe bring me back. But I constantly stress that when I get in with a client, I am showing them and giving them my all. Like, this is everything I can do for you. And so, I still have meetings. I have weekly meetings. Like, I have one here shortly. I had one this morning. And I like that, though, because I can take them here when I feel like it. I can go to a client's office. Like last week, I went to #show. I went and spent some time in the studio last week. Awesome. I drove up there, and I should have stopped by and said hi. I don't know why I didn't do that. I think I was in the work tunnel, but I like that. I can go into an office for a little bit, hang out with the staff, and for them to see my face and to be like, oh, you are working on our stuff. And I'm like, yeah, like I'll spend time, interact with everybody, try to make a great impression with everybody. That is crucial. Just because I'm working more directly with companies and things like that. Like I want to make sure that they see the value that they're paying. So every month when that invoice comes around, they're like, what are we paying for again? Mm-hmm. And you make sure that, you made this much money, you got this many leads, you've got this much traffic, everything is in the green. So you never want to be in the red.
That's why we work on yourself over and over and over, because we don't get paid. We get paid for the value we bring to the marketplace. Exactly. We get paid for the value we bring to the marketplace. If you're at $20 an hour, maybe that's the value you're bringing to the market. If you're $25, if you're a lawyer bringing $150 an hour, that's the value you're bringing to the market. That's why I say the most important part of entrepreneurship is working on yourself. You work on you, because the more you grow, the more your income grows. Yeah. So yeah, I recommend for sure always working on yourself first, and that's going to always elevate your income.
So I've seen you on a stage. I have seen you talk outside of cons, outside of panels and things like that. But I have seen you get on a stage and actually motivationally speak to these people. And it is so good. Is it a combination of all the bad that turns into good? Like what? Like even Jared said one day there was one time you didn't have that many people at a panel one time. You sat up there and talked for a full hour. Like, where do you draw inspiration from the bad and the good? Like, what puts those words in your mouth to motivate people and get them off their asses to move?
Look, guys. How you do one thing is how you do everything. So if there's one person in the room, or there's 200 in the room, 200 people in the room, I'm still going to give it my all, because how you do one thing is how you do everything, and you should be doing everything in excellence. So I don't really motivate people. I just talk from here. And when you talk from here, you touch, move, and inspire people. When you talk from here, like, people don't get into action. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
Yeah.
So when you genuinely talk from here, and they know, oh my God, Marta, her heart's in the right place. Here's that. I'm paying that invoice. Like, dude, this girl's, you know what I mean? Like, you're thinking about them. You're operating with thinking about them. You're not thinking about yourself. Mm-hmm. That is gold. So always, talk from here. So when I go on stage and I talk in front of 200, 300 people, whatever, or even here on Zoom, and I talk to 200, 300 people on Zoom, I just talk from here, and I give it my all. I'm very passionate about what I do, and I'm very passionate about people. Mm-hmm. There's no self-made millionaires, guys. There isn't. Like if you're at the top of the top of the top, the Bezos, the Steve Jobs, and these people, guess what? They had a team. Okay,
Elon
team. Yeah. So you always people are everything. Like I just love working with people. I really do.
Yeah, you have a passion for it. I watch in awe, because you are not thrown off by anything. You will talk to anybody. They will become your friend in like 2 seconds. You're a magnet like that. It's crazy. I love it.
I love that. Thank you, Marta.
Yeah.
It's just so simple. It's just, compassion, just be nice, just the basic stuff that people are forgetting, Like, you know what I like to do a lot? I love doing this. Like, I love walking outside and just saying hi to people. And then just their reaction, they're like, yeah, just say hi to you. Like, what's the big deal? Like, we should be able to greet each other, no problem, So yeah, I love that. I love engaging people. I love making new friends. I made some new friends last night. It's awesome. Yeah, it's great. I love to talk to a lot of people.
So what's your 5-year plan? We all have something. Do you benchmark your goals in that sense, or do you just run with it and just hope you hit them?
So no, I I steam towards my goals. I run a leadership every week, and every week we write our goals down. And it's an accountability group. On Mondays at 9 p.m. on Zoom, we jump together and we set up our goals, and then we go after them every week. Again, if you don't have a target, you're not going to hit anything. So my 5-year goal, I'm currently a regional director in a telecom and energy company, aside from everything else that I do in Hollywood and all that stuff. But my goal is to become a regional vice president this year. I just promoted another regional director, my friend, for over 6 years. So by helping others get what they want, I'm achieving my goal. So regional vice president this year. I'm back into real estate investing, and then making movies. We have tons of projects right now that we're working on. I'm so excited. Of course, Sangre Negra is one of them. I met with Cassandra Cooper. We're putting a team together that we're going to work with this young, amazing woman. So yeah, I have a lot of projects. My goal is to like be on that screen in 2022, like in your living room. Turn on Netflix, there's Roger Velasco. That's my goal. That's my goal. So yeah. And Sangre Negra is getting, from what I understand, Netflix wants it. So you're going to see, Marta, is you're going to see Netflix on my vision board. Watch. Because my goal is to be on Netflix again.
Netflix is on my vision board because I haven't said this out loud. I told Brendan about this. I had a conversation with Brendan the other day. But like, the goal for me is, I do a lot of digital marketing, and I know that studios have departments to do this, but some people outsource because it's sometimes cheaper. I would love to be outsourced, and I put Netflix on the board that, maybe they'll hit me up, be like, hey, we need, our company is inundated with this. We'll throw you this much money. And, for them, it's like a small chunk, but for me, it's like a golden nugget. So I'm like, that would be, I would love to land a studio, to be like, we're just going to outsource to them and they can do it, because I know how some of those studios can be. And when they're stuck on a project, that's where their vision is. And sometimes they can't handle the workload. And I know people outsource all the time. Like I could be the source to the outsource.
Yeah.
So that's why Netflix is on my board.
Absolutely.
That's why
I've been talking about Netflix, and then I met this woman yesterday. I was like, oh my God, Netflix, what? They just gave you how much? $1 million to do what?
Yeah.
To bring up people of color? Oh, wow, that's me. Really?
Yeah.
I'm so fired up. I'm so excited. I'm like, that's incredible. This woman's amazing. Cassandra Cooper's amazing.
So networking is super huge in this. I've told people that MDMC would not be alive right now if we did not network with people where we do things. Can you stress to that level as well as why that's so important?
You have to have the right intention. Okay. Like I genuinely like to just talk to people and network is a byproduct of just talking to people and getting to know people. But networking is everything, guys. Remember, I just said, like, I'm a people person. I love dealing with people and all that. Why? I just, over time, I've understand the value and the power of networking. And I teach my kids that networking is everything. The other day, my son, I got him a professional skateboard coach, whatever, and they didn't vibe, they didn't get along, whatever. My son's like, I don't need him, whatever. And then he was like, I don't like him. I'm like, baby, you want to be a pro skateboarder, right? He's like, yeah. Do you understand that he has contacts for that? You might not like this individual, but it's just network with the individual. You have no idea. Network with him. And he's 13 years old, and I'm teaching him how to network. So networking is everything, Marta. Everything.
I really wish I feel so failed by the public education system, even college, that we didn't learn this then. Someone asked me, I have a degree in public relations. I have a master's in sports administration, sports public relations. I haven't used anything I learned in there. I learned everything that I learned now to be one of the best marketers on the West Coast was from what I learned from other people, from my boss, from a business partner of mine who has, thank God, has been feeding me because he's got clients. He services clients in one way, and then he refers me to his clients to do all the digital marketing stuff. Awesome. So we have that partnership, and I will do anything for this guy because this is literally the catalyst that started everything for me to be on my own. And so, I learned a lot from these two in weekly meetings. We used to do 4-hour marketing meetings. I'm like, I learned more here than I did in college.
Yeah.
And it's just, and unfortunately you still need that piece of paper to get through to places, depending on what you're doing.
Not anymore.
But yeah, not anymore. Now it's become, people are self-learners.
Elon Musk doesn't care. Like
Elon doesn't. No.
Google doesn't care anymore. They don't we'll take anybody. You don't need a degree.
Yeah. It's gone to the point now. I'm just like, the real world experience has better equipped me for this life now. But I wish like people had told me about networking when I was like 16, when I was in high school. Like I wish people had taught me these certain things before entering the workforce. Like these are crucial things. These are just human elements that we should have just known and be taught early. So Sebastian's got a leg up. He's got 10 years of a leg up now than he does with all of his other friends. Sebastian's
a baller for sure. Yeah. He's a baller. Sebastian has more properties than most people. Yeah, he's a baller. Yeah. Networking is everything, guys. And then another thing about networking is you got to have a mentor in every industry. In Hollywood, I had a mentor when I was coming up. People don't know that. Real estate, I had a mentor. Right now, I live 2,000 feet away from my mentor. I moved to this town on purpose to be right next door to my mentor. Yeah. So find someone in the industry that you want to be part of that is really good and they're crushing it, and just follow and do what they do, and eventually you'll have what they have. It's so simple. And the reason why they don't teach us this stuff in the beginning is because they teach you the opposite. Don't talk to strangers. Remember that? Don't talk to strangers. Like, really? I tell Sebastian, say hi to everyone. Like, what do you mean? Don't talk to strangers? Yeah, of course, be careful and all that. Yeah. Like, I mean, I teach him how to say hi to everyone. Say hi, look him in the eyes, shake his hand. So important. So find a mentor and then do what they do, and over a long period of time, and eventually you'll have what they have. Yeah. I mean, like, just like my business partner, he's one half of a business. So the other guy that does a big chunk of the work is in Europe. He picked up his shit and said, I'm not living in the US anymore. I'm not paying taxes. I'm going to Europe. Wow. So literally he's got the business on that side of the world, and my friend has it on this side of the world. And literally, I think together they're like a $3 million company. I'm like, between the two of you, that's cool. Like, awesome. And so I watch and I take in everything this guy says and how he talks to clients. And, because sometimes I know my communication sucks sometimes with clients. I'm like, I need to get better at that. And so just following what these guys do is like my blueprint. Because eventually, like, I'm going to be a $4 million company. Like, in my mind, I am. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. And so it's imperative that you watch the people that are succeeding, and not watch it with envy, but actually watch it with a watchful eye. Because, you can learn a lot. And ask them. I ask leaders all the time, hey, what are you reading nowadays? What book are you reading right now? And they'll tell me, oh, I'm reading this. Okay, great. And I pick up the book. Especially the people that have, the lifestyle that I want. I always ask them, what are you reading? So I recommend you ask them, what are you reading these days? And then going back to communication skills, Marta, is just personal development. Yeah. You take the time. It's part of entrepreneurship to work on yourself. If you're going to work 12 hours today, hey, it's got to be 30 minutes of personal development in those 12 hours, at least 30 minutes. We should be doing an hour of a day, guys. My coach tells me an hour a day of personal development, an hour a day. Yeah, it's very important, because if you want to elevate to that level and you want to be in that space, guess what? Those people are leaders. Yeah. And they're leaders, and they're at a whole other level. Their level of perception is way higher than most. So that's why we have to raise our level of perception by, reading and growing. That's all it is. And then you're going to be like, oh man, I was vibing with that. Yeah. With that multimillionaire. Well, why were you vibing? Because you guys are on the same page. You guys, reading the same stuff. And that door could open to something else. I tell people not to network with the intention of trying to get something from that other person. You have to do it organically. You have to just, like you said, vibe with that person and build it organically, not with the intention of taking something from them. Look, I'm a recruiter. I'm a freaking recruiter. That's what I do. I'm a recruiter. I look for talent. I look for projects to work with, the best of the best. It would be so dumb for me to be like looking at everybody like a dollar. Oh, I'm gonna recruit that person. No. My mentor says this. He says, stop chasing $1 million. Make 1 million friends and you'll make $1 million. Yep.
So true.
Yeah, chasing $1 million, right? Just make 1 million friends, and you make $1 million. It's gonna happen, and that's networking. That's what that is. That's what he's saying. So, yeah, it's very important that we. As a matter of fact, Marta, I think I'm gonna start holding you accountable now.
You should.
What are you reading? How did you do personal development today?
You know what? Actually, hold on. I'll tell you what I'm reading.
What are you reading nowadays?
Let me see. Let me look at my library real quick. The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. I don't know if you've seen that before.
I have not, but I'm going to write it down. The what? The Big Leap?
The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks.
See? You also got to practice what you preach. So now I'm going to write it down. The Big Leap?
Yeah.
By who?
Gay Hendricks.
Gay Hendricks.
There you go.
See, I'll pick it up. I'll pick this book up for sure.
Yeah.
What am I reading right now? Let me see. I'm reading. Oh, yeah. I've read this before. I've already read this book before, but I'm doing it again. It's called The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. That's such a good book.
You know what? After this is over, I'm going to text you like your reading list and then make a cool post for it for our platform, so that like books you recommend by Roger Velasco.
I got some great ones, honestly.
So, I'll have you text that list over here in a little bit.
And the way I determine the great ones is by the shift that it has created in my life. That's the way I determine these books by, and then you ask the ultra successful, what books are you reading? They'll tell you the same books. That's how I found it. It's by asking the ultra successful, what are you reading?
Yeah. Like I think out of all the entrepreneurs right now that I really like watching is like Elon Musk is one of my favorites right now. It's because he's so weird and different, but he's built something so incredible. Like, I'm just like, shit, if he could do it, I can do it. You know? Yeah.
And he got, people thought he was crazy and, and then
I've been laughed at for many years.
And this and that. And look now he's like the man. Everybody says, oh, I knew you can do it. Even the naysayers.
You know what's so funny, Roger? I don't know if I've told you this story, but I was working at a company like, what was it? Was it 5-6 years ago? I was talking to one of my friends. She's also a business owner now herself. We were kind of stuck in the 9 to 5. And she asked me about my weekend, and I had just gone to the Comic-Con in LA, and she was telling me that, in 5 years she wants to be in Colorado, wants to be a business owner. I said, man, at some point I want to have my own agency. I want to be traveling every weekend. I want to be doing fun stuff. And I want to also be just being a better marketer. So someone ratted us out to the owner of the company, and I was brought in, and he said, yo, I heard you were talking shit about my company. I said, I was not. Like, I make your company millions of dollars a month. What are you talking about? And he's like, well, you're saying that you want to do this and do that. I'm like, yeah. Eventually, I would like to own my own agency. I would like to be at a Comic-Con every other weekend. I would like to be having fun and actually having a life where I can, step away from this and, instead of building, enjoying. And he's like, you'll never make it. You're never going to make it. You need to grow up. You are done. Like, either leave my company now. I will fire you today so you can go fall on your face. But let me tell you right now, you're not that good. And I was like, oh, well, that is your opinion, sir. Am I fired, or do you want me to stay here to make your money? And he's like, go back to your office. I was like, all right. But he said, you will never make it. And so I'm like, I have a friend who still works at that company. I was like, yo, tell him I said hi. The CEO says hi.
Yeah. And you know what? It could have been water on the fire, or it could have been fuel. And like you and I choose. We choose as entrepreneurs. You can be like crumble and play victim and be like, oh yeah, I'll show you, and then let it be fire.
And then my mom is like,
fire. Like, really?
You need to let go of those. Yeah, my mom is like, you need to let go of those grudges. And I said, I can't, because that's my fuel. If I let that go, it's not there anymore. So it has to be there.
But don't let it be a grudge, because that's bad energy. Don't let it be a grudge. Just like,
I'm petty like that, though.
Yeah, you have, but don't let, by doing that, guess what happens? He's robbing you out of your power.
Yeah, it is
robbing you out of you. So it's okay. Frank Sinatra says it best. The biggest way of revenge is massive success. Yeah, biggest form of revenge. There you go. The biggest form of revenge is massive success.
Mm-hmm.
So just go out and be super successful.
Yeah.
And then smile when you see them. Be like, hey there. Thank you for empowering me.
Yeah, I know, right?
Fire.
Oh, I literally cried for a whole week after that. Because at that time I was working a 9 to 5, didn't care. Like, I had no idea that I was going to be here, but it really like crushed me. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to show this guy. I'm going to show everybody. And I've had that attitude for such a long time because I've faced so much adversity growing up to now where I'm like, I have that attitude. I'll show you. I'll just watch. It'll be good. Get the popcorn.
we all have that person in our lives. For me, it's unfortunate, but he's my cousin that he laughed at me and blah, 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 because of what I'm doing. And I'm like, really? And I'll never forget. I'm like, okay. And to this day, like, okay, I will never give up. I will go to the top of this freaking company. Why? I will not go to the freaking Thanksgiving dinner table and say I quit. I refuse to do that. I'm going to go to the Thanksgiving dinner table with family and be like, guys, we arrived. We made it.
Man,
for me, we all have that.
It was the cousins, the tias. It was like a big chunk of the family that, I moved away from home. My mom brings me back the cheese man. She's like, oh, well, they're asking about you. I was like, well, I think they see what I'm doing. They enjoy the show. It's all good, Mom. Tell them I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I think people get scared of and they get intimidated by something they've never seen someone like them do before. And so that to them is intimidating. So that's why they got to sit there and talk shit.
Well, they're in a box and you got out of the box and then you're actually out there like trying to make it happen. And, so of course they're going to be jealous of you.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to say you're not going to make it. What are you doing? Blah, blah, you're crazy. And then when you make it, guess what they're going to tell you, Marta? We know you can do it. We knew you could do it. The whole time you're going to do it.
Yeah.
So
Martita, you did it. Oh, fuck you. Get the fuck out of here.
Welcome to entrepreneurship. Like that's what happens, Like when we step out of the box, we're like pioneers. We're venturing out. And what happens to the pioneers? They get shot with arrows.
Yeah.
So, you just got to have that Teflon skin. And that's why personal development is so important because if you don't work on this, anything can take you out of the box. Like you said, you were down for a whole week. My recommendation for you, Marta, 3-second rule.
Huh?
Done. Problem's done. 3 seconds. Yeah. Whatever happens to you, just sit on it for 3 seconds and move on. Because if you wallow in that energy for that long, you force more of that.
Yeah.
And
that was a long time ago when I didn't know any better. Now I'm just laugh at people. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, keep moving. You're a boss.
Now I could care less. Now I'm just like, well, okay, that's what you think. Okay, cool.
Because your level of growth is different now. You're not the same person you were 5 years ago.
That is nuts. I think that the personal development that I've seen, like I go back and I look at like memories from, because Facebook's good at bringing it back every day. Like specific times, the way I looked, the way the pictures I took with my team, like I was like completely different than I am today. I was just tired and just sad. And like now it's just like, it's like night and day, 180. It's nuts. It's nuts what that could have done. That personal development has done.
Mm-hmm. That's right. So don't be surprised if you live to 100 now.
I hope so.
Because you don't have all that stress and all that negativity all around you. You're creating. You're working hard.
Yeah.
That's awesome, Marta. I love it. I'm so proud of everything that you're doing. It's amazing. So cool.
Thank you. Well, let's wrap it up because I know you're busy and you got things going on today, and we kind of went over time with the difficulties that we had prior to this. My bad. My communication skills. I fucked up.
Yeah. I like to be organized and prepared before. I had no idea we're going to be on this platform, but it was so easy after you told me just copy and paste.
Yeah. The New York boys say what's up in the comments. They're saying hello. They love everything you're saying.
I love these guys. You guys are awesome. Hi guys. What's up, my boys?
Eddie Lewis.
Awesome. They're incredible. I love these guys. When are they coming out?
Yeah. We, you were spoken very highly of in New York at a con. And so we might go back.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, I'm really excited. Any other final words, Roger, before we wrap this up?
Success is nothing more than a few disciplines practiced every day. It's on my vision board.
Okay. I'm going to print out my vision board and then add to it. Okay.
Just that's what success is. So like what you're doing right now, I'm using you as an example because I'm talking to you. Is just every day, just you keep chipping away, chipping away, chipping away, and before you know it, you're gonna have that $4 million company.
Yeah.
But you have to go through the process, and you're already doing it. So whatever you're doing, guys out there, just stay focused, have faith. Don't listen to the naysayers. As a matter of fact, like it's okay. We still need waiters. We still need people to park our car. We still need people, to wash our cars and stuff like that. People to sell us groceries. It's okay. Just you focus on you. If you want to build something significant, do it because you can do it. But it's just a consistency over time. That's the key. Stay focused, stay consistent, and then nothing that is like worth obtaining is going to happen for you very fast. Just know that. Right. It takes work and discipline. But if you're disciplined and you're chipping away every day, you'll be there. You'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
I'll see you later, Marta, in a $4 million company. Watch.
I can't wait. I'm really excited. I just want this to, and it's not about the money, but it's to actually have something that you're passionate about that grows into something that cool. That's the goal. It's not about the money. It's about building your legacy.
Absolutely. And we have a lot of projects coming our way. I'm meeting a lot of incredible people. I work with MDMC already. So like you're going to be part of all that. So we're going to scale your company for sure.
Thank you so much, Roger. I am so ready. Let's grow it. Let's do it.
Let's do it. We're doing it already. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Oh yeah. We've got so many things happening right now. Like it's just a lot. So whenever those things happen, we'll let y'all know.
Yes. So guys, DM me if you guys have any questions regarding this interview. You just want to chat. You want to say hi at Official Roger Velasco on IG, Official Roger Velasco on Facebook. Get in there, message me. And it was a pleasure being on this call with you guys. Marta, anytime, please let me know. I'd love to come back.
Oh, for sure. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate everything you do. And also, yes, please keep me accountable.
Yes. I'm going to send you books right now.
Yeah, please.
But every entrepreneur should read Think and Grow Rich. That's like the Bible. That's like the business. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. That should be the first book you read. Seriously. Think and Grow Rich. I think it's like 70-something million copies sold. And it's a powerful book. We should start there for sure.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you again so much. And that is it for today's show. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for everyone who tuned in. Hunter Nielsen from YouTube.
Oh, Hunter. He's on the call.
Yeah, he's on here. He's great job.
I work with Hunter. He's amazing. Shout out to Hunter Nelson and the LBC. He's an incredible entrepreneur. 20 years old. Doing amazing things. 20 years old. He just got promoted in our company to regional director. He's crushing it.
Yeah.
Shout out, my boy. Good stuff.
Yeah. Eddie in New York says, what's up?
What's up, Eddie? How are you, my man?
He's an entrepreneur on himself. He's doing cryptocurrency right now. He's doing Oh, Eddie is man. You should have a talk with Eddie. He's killing it right now.
That's awesome. I'm gonna have to vibe with him for sure. I have invested in the market, so maybe I should invest it with my friend Eddie.
Yeah, you should. All right. Well, thank you so much, Roger. Thank you, everyone else who joined, and we'll see you in the next video. Don't know when that'll be, but we'll see you then.
Love you guys. Stay true to yourself and lead with heart.
All right. Bye.
Bye.